Okay, so I'm gonna try and keep this short and sweet. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste my time. So, current nerfs coming for Sork. The biggest one, the one that everybody's talking about. If you looked anywhere, if you got any stream lately, or anything like that, is that our leap is now going to cost stamina. So currently, leap only costs energy to use, only costs mana. Come with the nerf, it's going to cost 200 stamina per use. Now, what does this mean, right? What does it affect? So, nerfing movement sucks. I think it sucks for a lot of classes. Anytime movement gets nerfed, it does ruin playstyles, and it does kind of ruin. Honestly, that once you start nerfing movement, you start ruining classes in general, right? This is the biggest way to kill a class is by nerfing the movement. How is this going to hurt Sorceress? The no stamina playstyle is not going to be viable anymore, or at least it won't be so viable where you'll have an easy escape with leap. So leap is an iframe, right? It has a gap at the beginning and at the end, but it is an iframe, and so what it allows us to do, especially in like a ball fight, and you'll see a lot of Sorks. These are probably the Sorks that annoy you the most. Is when they're fighting a group of like 3, 4, 5, however many people. They'll be able to reposition themselves and take no damage and keep moving with leap being the iframe. So this isn't going to be viable anymore because the moment you run out of stamina, you're not going to be able to use leap, right? It costs basically almost the same amount as one of our iframes. So is this nerf going to kill the class? No, it's not going to kill the class. I think that that adding stamina to classes, like 2 movement skills for all classes, is the right way to do it. I do have to say that when I initially saw this nerf, and I'm sure initially a lot of people saw this nerf, they overreacted, right? Because one of the most fun things you can do on Sork, and something that I do a lot of the time, and maybe I'm taking advantage of something that shouldn't be there, but it is staying alive when you don't have stamina, right? Being able to rotate shards and keep shards up and having leap all the time, and staying alive in a ball fight when you shouldn't be alive anymore. It is annoying, right? It is annoying. I think that it's the wrong nerf. If it were up to me, I wouldn't nerf leap. I definitely wouldn't. You could take away the regeneration of stamina when you're using leap. That's fine. They're taking that away as well. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. But using 200 stamina, I'd rather you increase Nitro stamina use than leap, just because I enjoy the way I play Sork now. What will players like myself have to do instead? I think a big thing that you're gonna see a lot of Sorks do. One is you'll see a lot of people reroll. Right, that's great. Nobody likes flavor of the month players, so that's a good thing. You're probably gonna see less people on Sork because that playstyle that you have is going to be gone. The one where people stay alive and they go into Nightmare and they come out of Nightmare and they leap and they rotate all the SA we have, right? That's going to be gone. But I think a big thing that a lot of Sorks will have to do is you're going to have to pace yourself. So you're not going to be able to play over aggro. You're not going to be able to just be in the ball, just iframing around, just doing whatever you want, because eventually like you are going to run out of stamina and you're not going to be able to get away and you are going to die. Or you're going to go to Nightmare and sit there and wait for cooldowns, and then you'll come out of Nightmare and probably get caught. But another thing that's probably gonna happen is you're going to have to use SA abilities to regenerate stamina. So you see a lot of classes already do this. When they are low on stam, they use abilities that regenerate stamina. So such as like using Soul Reaper away from the ball to regenerate stamina, or just randomly casting Swirling to regenerate stamina. Lingering and golfing a little bit longer than you normally would. Sitting in block a little bit longer than you normally would, just so you can get stamina back so you can disengage with leap. Also, using Rushing Crow is definitely going to be something that'll be you'll probably see more of, just because Rushing Crow is it is a frontal guard. It is a little bit it's not as safe to disengage a ball or to reposition yourself with, but it's definitely going to be something you'll see a lot of people use. I use it quite frequently. So now onto the juicy part. So what nerfs should Sork get? So let's say we remove the stamina nerf that we're getting right now on leap. What nerfs should Sork get? What nerfs do I believe that this class should get? So let's start with the first one. right? Nightmare cooldown should be increased. There is no reason that this skill has such a low cooldown, right? It should be higher. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, whatever. Sorks who rotate SA abilities and then sit Nightmare, it is so boring for us to fight, and I know it's boring for you to fight. It's so boring to see. I can't stand seeing it. It annoys the crap out of me. Like, come on. Increase the cooldown. It don't bother me none. 2, get rid of SA on Soul Reaper. What I think that we should do is we should make Soul Reaper be a frontal guard. And also, honestly, I'd say make Grim be a frontal guard. What this will allow is you'll have to position these 2 abilities, and you won't be able to just throw them out whenever you want to as easy protection. A lot of Sorks will dive a ball, and they'll engage, and they'll hold Grim, right? And they'll go to cast it. If this ability is suddenly a frontal guard, you're going to have to position yourself a little bit better. It also creates a gap. So if you're already like, oh, well, frontal guards are stronger than SA, the biggest thing is you have a gap now, right? So if you see an ability casted as a frontal, you know that the back part of that person is unprotected, as well as the side in most cases. Same with Grim. If you see somebody casting Grim, suddenly you know that behind them is going to be unprotected. So I think when we take a look at classes that need to be nerfed, I think we need to stop trying to nerf movement on those classes and nerf the protections. I think that people have the wrong idea about Sork, and they say this is just a class that you iframe on, and that's true. You do iframe a lot on Sork. However, the class is protected because of the amount of SA that Reworks gave it, right? Not because of the iframes. This class has been iframing and been able to do this since it came out, right? The problem we have is you have a lot of people who can just rotate SA all day, and it's got to go. So I think increasing the cooldown on Nightmare, removing SA on Grim and Soul, and making them frontal guard. You could make the bond. You can make the bond down here be a linger for a frontal. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. Another thing I would do is remove the the protection off of Shadow Eruption. There's no reason this ability should be SA. You can keep the range on it that you gave us, but that protection should be gone as well. And the last thing I think that we should do is increase the cooldown of the Awakening iframe back from 1 second, because that's what it currently is right now, back to 2 seconds. I think that makes this class, I think it'll give the feel of what it was prior to reworks. I think it'll make this class a little bit more entertaining to watch. It'll definitely make it more fun to play. People are calling this class, with the stamina nerf coming, a wheelchair class. I don't think it's going to be that bad. But I think there are other changes that you can make to classes, and this goes for any class that don't have to go around movement. Like, stop nerfing movement, nerf the protection on the classes. Obviously, with these changes I'm recommending, I think that other classes should be nerfed as well. I don't think that Sork should get the can, and then like other classes should not have nerfs, right? Like Dark Knight or whatever. Like they should stay the way they are, with the perma protected Guardian. Those kind of classes. I think that there's too much protection in this game, and that's why it makes it seem like everything is just so oppressive. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think this went on longer than I meant it to be, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I do end up rambling. I don't mean to. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff. If you guys liked it, let me know. If you guys agree with me, let me know. If you have other changes that you have, let me know. But yeah, until next time, y'all. Later.